channel. I'm making a pasta dish this evening for our dinner, and this is really nice because it is creamy, but it has a good amount of spice. I love harissa and I don't really often use it, and so I should use it a little bit more, and now I've got a pot, I probably will. So this one is going to be my creamy harissa pasta, and it's going to have some chicken in it. Of course, if you want to make it veggie, you can leave the chicken out, no problem whatsoever. And we do a little test as well whilst we're cooking this. So I'm going to put broccoli into this. If you wanted it to be totally veggie, you could just go with the broccoli harissa pasta, and it's still going to be absolutely delicious. Let me show you what we're going to do with the broccoli and what I'm talking about with that. And let's go and prep all our ingredients and get cooking. I've got the Ninja on sear and saute, and I'm adding in 2 chicken breasts into here. We're going to add a little bit of seasoning, so a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. The white that you see in the bottom here is just some spray oil that I'm using just to stop that from sticking in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to add in around half a tablespoon roughly of garlic granules and about half a tablespoon of smoked paprika. I'm going to add in some oregano, so about a teaspoon of oregano, and just coat that chicken in those nice herbs and spices whilst we're frying that off. I'm adding in a tablespoon of tomato puree here. If you want to add some fresh garlic in, then go ahead and do that as well. And I'm going to turn off the sear and saute. Don't need that anymore. I'm going to pour over my stock. So I've got 500 millilitres here of chicken stock. Just going to give that a good stir. We've got some of the spices in that slightly stuck to the bottom. So just stir all of that in. So we've got some good flavour going in there. I would use water from a recently boiled kettle because it's going to help the process when coming to pressure. With the harissa, it's really up to you how much you use. Obviously, it is quite spicy, so 1 to 2 tablespoons. I'm going to use 1. I'm going to tip in my pasta and let that just go on top of the chicken. I'm not really going to stir it. I'm just going to push it into the liquid so that it is more or less kind of covered. And then this is something we're going to try. Now my pasta is going to take 6 minutes under pressure. If I normally cook broccoli, I would do it for a lot less time. But I thought, let's put a whole head in on top. And let's just see how we get on. See if it works, see if it's too tender, mushy. We're not going to know until we try. And I'm all about trying new things. So let's get our lid down, our pressure valve onto seal up above. Switch this over to pressure. Keep the Ninja on high, but select a quick release. And I tend to do my pasta for around 6 minutes, which is half the packet amount that it tells you to do if you were cooking it on the hob. So let's go. The pressure has all been released, and it should tell me any second now that we can open up the lid. There we go. So let's get the broccoli out to start with. I'm really interested to know if this is going to be mush or not. So some of the broccoli has fallen off into here. Absolutely fine with that. Going to give that a little stir, and I'm going to close the lid, and I'm just going to allow that all just to settle, because I find that the sauce does actually thicken up a little bit when you leave it. Let's go over to our broccoli and have a look at this. Okay, so it is very soft, but it's not too overcooked. I think if I'd put it in as individual florets, then it would have been well overdone. Obviously, you can eat all of this stalk as well. There's no reason why you can't eat the stalk. It's all good nutrients. So there's our broccoli, and we can add that in separately. I can use it for other dishes as well. So for example, my son's not eating this tonight, but he can still have some of the broccoli, no reason at all. Yeah, okay, so it's worked. It's just obviously is extremely soft. So if you hate your veg like that, it's not going to be for you. But it was worth a try, wasn't it? Let's open this lid back up on the pasta. I'm actually going to put this onto sear and saute just for a moment. And that's because I want to add my cream in. So single cream here. I'm cooking this for 2 people. This is 60 millilitres of cream. And that's obviously just to give it that creamy edge. So let's give that a stir into our harissa pasta and chicken. Lovely job. Just make sure none of the pasta is sticking together, because that does sometimes happen. It's looking really nice now. Look at the creaminess on this. So leave it on to sear and saute, only because it's fine. You could definitely serve it as it is. I would just like that to reduce down ever so slightly. I'm talking about a few minutes, and I'm going to serve it with the broccoli. That is great. The sauce has thickened up really nicely, so I'm going to serve this up. Here we go. There is my creamy harissa chicken and broccoli pasta. Absolutely delicious, because I've given it a taste already. Broccoli is very soft, so if that's not your thing, then just leave it out, or maybe choose something else to go in here that might be more suitable for you. But that is absolutely delicious.